I cope with this by, I don't allow nothing. When I tell y'all, nothing to bother me anymore. Nothing.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Hi my loves, it's your girl Corey Love with another video. This video is very special to my heart because it's weird, because today is World Heart Day, and someone asked a question, my YouTube family asked a question. I posed a question in my stories and they asked a question, what have you, let me read it. What has been the hardest test you've had in life and how did you cope with it? So that touched my heart a lot because I figured that's something that I can respond to based on what I went through. So those of you that know me personally know that I have I've had 3 congestive heart failures, and so I now carry a defibrillator connected to my heart to help me in case it happens again. So when they asked that question, that's the first thing that came to mind. So kind of 2 things. So my baby girl, the last one, when I was pregnant with her, she was coming breech and I had to have emergency C-section with her, and that really broke my heart because I always said I want to have each and every one of my children naturally. I didn't take any medication or anything. In that case, of course, I had to go. I was not gonna let them cut my stomach wide open with no anesthesia. So that made me really, really sad, but I was grateful that God allowed her to live. Sometimes in that case, things happen, but thank God, she came out. And that was really hard for me. So that's one thing. And like I said, the other thing was getting my defibrillator. That was really hard for me because I feel like I'm too young to have that. That's something that old people get. But I found out that it's not old people. If your heart has an issue, your heart has an issue. So that's one thing. Every time I talk about it, I kind of get sad because I think about when it first happened. The first time it happened, I just thought I was having chest pains. Not chest pains, I thought I was having gas, and I had been walking around like that for days thinking it was just gas, drinking Coke, Pepsi, tea, ginger, anything to kind of pass the gas. And so I ended up going to the emergency room like at 3 o'clock in the morning. I drove myself there and they told me you're having like a mild heart attack. And they admitted me right away. They ran all type of tests, did an angiogram and so forth and so on. And there was no blocked arteries or anything of the sort. So they couldn't figure out what happened. That was in 2009. It happened again in 2017, which is years after, which kind of really made me kind of sad. But I had caught pneumonia. So because I caught pneumonia, which is a virus, it affected me again. So at this point in time, my ejection fraction was really low. I think at that time it was like 22%, and a normal ejection fraction is 50 to 70%. So that's the way that your heart pumps blood and it circulates. And so it was not working for me. That's really low. That's borderline death, pretty much. And that's why I always tell people, like, I have a purpose. And some people say that you don't want to say you have a purpose. You are here your purpose is to serve God. And I think, I know that's why I'm here. He's keeping me because I'm supposed to carry his word. And that's why I tell people I don't take it lightly that he has kept me, because he didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to bless you and to encourage you and to help you. So I try to make sure I do the right thing, and I'm very kind to people. I'm real. I really try to stay in a good place. The third time it happened, it was in my house at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I could not move, could not really breathe, And I was trying to wake up my husband. He wasn't waking up. And it's funny because the first time that was the same thing that happened. This third time it was happening again, and I was really, really fine. I just started praying, and I laid there on the bed, and I just said, God, if it's my time, it's my time, but please don't take me in this house. I don't want nobody in my household to wake up and find me dead in the bed. I got the strength. I got up. I woke my husband up. And, you know, being me, vain, I was sleeping a little bit. So I was like, I want to take a shower again and change. I got to go to the hospital. And my daughters came in and they were looking at me, and I started crying. And they were looking at me like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. So, yeah, I didn't want to tell them. I really couldn't. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't breathe. I really couldn't. And ambulance came. And they took me, and I got to the hospital, and I was normal, like kind of laughing and talking. They all came in. It was so funny because when I got there, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law was in the emergency room, and we were like, what y'all doing here? It was like a whole party or a thing or whatever. And my mother-in-law gets very anxious about it. And she was mad, like, what's wrong? You know, she was just bugging out. So I'm like, I'm good. So, you know, they ran all the tests on me again, and the doctor said, we put in a pacemaker, a defibrillator. I'm like, ah. And I was like, you know what? Stop being vain. The reason why I didn't want one, because I didn't want, you know, I thought it was those that look like bulged out and, you know, you look like bad, but it's not. Like, you can't even tell that I have it. So that's a good thing. Like, you cannot tell. There's nothing different about my chest. You cannot tell. And I think I've showed it before, except this scar maybe. But you can't tell that I have it. Like, I can move it and you'll see it. But other than that, you can't really tell nothing different. And that's crazy because this is from another mark. But yeah, so, yeah. So I hope that answered the question. I should have wrote down who asked the questions. I can't remember. But that was a question. What has been the hardest test you've had in life, and how did you cope with it? So I cope with this by... I don't allow nothing. When I tell y'all, nothing to bother me anymore. Nothing. Because I can't let my blood pressure get high. Because, you know, your blood pressure it affects that. I don't get angry like I used to before. I just don't take nothing on. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I don't let people bother me. Like, you mad? Oh, okay. And I walk away. And people do dumb stuff, I just cut them off. Yeah. That's it. Like, I don't know what else to say because, yeah, I need to live. I have to live. I have to live for my children. And I'm not afraid to die. Don't get that wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, because I'm prepared and I'm ready. If it's my time, it's my time. I would prefer to be living longer so I could be a part of my children and my children's lives, you know. My grandmother on my dad's side has a longevity. She died at 99. My mother's mother, she passed at 87. So I feel like my genes are pretty good, but my body is the body of an 82-year-old. Like, I take so many medications, and that's why I'm trying to like bring a lot of stuff down as far as like dealing with stuff, so that it could, you know, I could get my body back how it used to be. The body of a 10-year-old. I could run, I could jump, I could do backflips, I could do cartwheels and all that good stuff. But yeah, basically that's how I cope with it. I just don't allow anything that's not gonna elevate me to bother me. Like, I don't even care if you're someone who is capable to move me in the direction that I need to be. I'm not gonna let you act crazy with me, talk to me any type of way, treat me any type of way. I'm just not gonna do it. I refuse to, with anybody. Children, husband, mother-in-law. I just really don't allow nobody to take me out of my element. And that's just it. I keep my airspace clean. And yeah, I had to stop drinking. Not that I was an alcoholic or anything like that, but that's something that affects, you know, your pressure, and your pressure affects your heart. So yeah. And so I just really pretty much encourage everybody to take life seriously. Self-care, do you. And it's not that you're being selfish or you're being nasty or you're not trying to help others, but you got to take care of you, because if you're not well, you can't really help nobody. So I hope that answered the question that was asked. And that's about it for me. But like I always say, if you guys weren't here, there would be no YouTube channel. I wouldn't be here. Who would I be talking to? Thank you so much for all my subscribers. I've already hit my 1K limit. Now it's just for me to get the watch time hours to be monetized. And like I said before, it'll be great to be paid, but it's not like mandatory for me, because I really love making videos to encourage you all to be the best you that you can be. Okay, so as always, guidance, blessings, and love. Keep a smile on your face. Be kind to people, because you don't know what people are going through. What I have, it doesn't show on the outside, so you would never know. You know what I'm saying? I could be talking to y'all right now and this just jacks me up because whatever is going on with me, because it's not something that shows on the outside. Like, I wouldn't know what's going on. I may feel it, but the first time that it shocked me, I didn't feel it. Like, I didn't know why it happened. It just shocked me. It was very scary because it shakes your entire body. Y'all see the movies when they be like, clear, like that? This is what that does to me if anything happens. So yeah, don't judge people. Trust me, don't judge people. You just never know. And with everything that's happening now in the world, you don't know people's mindset. You don't know their financial status. Like, you just be nice, be kind. I'm not saying that people walk all over you, treat you like crap, but use your words wisely. Okay, guys? Again, guidance, blessings, and love. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not already, hit the notification bell so you can be aware of any other videos that I share. And I really greatly appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next video.